Oh yeah, we back. We back at it. Back at it again. Boxing debate with the Goon. It's your boy the Goon, man. We talking that boxing today. I appreciate y'all support. Share the share the feed. Like it on YouTube. Subscribe. Please subscribe. And we gonna get this thing popping in a minute. We are about to start cooking. Drop the link in case some people want to get on. Gonna drop this link. Let's get it. Got some big news in boxing. The fight with Earl Spence and Ugas has been set in August. So we can get a little bit of a sneak preview of what the matchup will be for if it does in fact they fight for undisputed after this fight. So, we don't know how that fight go unfold. I definitely think I got EJ with a decision over Ugas. And then we'll see what happened. We'll see what happened on that after that. You know, I think he probably is about to head to 154, but we'll see. We don't know for sure. But I would definitely like to get that unification fight for undisputed so we can see, one king of the 147 pound division. What's y'all thoughts on that? Let's see who else I can get on. All right. Waiting on a few of the guys to come on, and then we'll get started. See what's going on with this. Oh yeah, we go definitely get the cooking in a minute. It's been a long time coming. Hopefully we can get a healthy debate in today. Let's see where they at. Let me see this one. All right. About to get cooking in a second, y'all. Forgive me. Yeah, we got Tyson Fury and Dillian White. It looks like we about to get that fight. So I definitely would like to see Dillian get a shot at the WBC crown because he's been waiting for a long time. Drake in the building. All right, Drake, we got you. We got you, bud. We got you. We know once you get on here, we about to get this thing jumping like we usually do. No doubt. Shout out to Kwame for coming back. Been on a little vacation, but he back and recharged. So we be ready for him to come back. Loyal to the game. Let's see. Oh shoot. What's going on, y'all? Who y'all got in this upcoming fight, man? Who y'all got in this upcoming fight, man? Let's get y'all thoughts on it. I see I got a couple people in here. Who y'all got on the upcoming fight with Spence and August, man? Is it gonna be a decision? Is it gonna be a knockout? Like, what y'all think? Oh shit! Let me see this text off real quick. Where my dogs at, bro? I'm trying to see who y'all got on this fight coming up, man. Are you paying for it? Are you going? Is that a fight you want to see? What's the fight you want to see? I know the fight I want to see, but what's the fight y'all want to see?
What's up?
What it do, bro?
What it do? What it do?
Man, just kicking it, waiting for everybody to come in. What's good with you though, man?
Man, I'm just doing what I do.
For sure,
Just
for sure.
chilling, just chilling.
I
What-
can
What's
dig it. I
what's,
can dig
what's
it.
what's going on in these boxer streets, man? I took Facebook off my phone for a while, so I'm not too up to date, but I still am in like some Facebook Messenger admin groups. So
Uh
I know some bullshit's going on. You know what I'm
huh.
saying? But
Well,
I ain't
speak
too
on
too
it, man.
active.
Speak
So
on it.
like, hey,
Speak on it.
what's going on out there in these boxer streets?
I mean, I'm at what was the bullshit that you was referring to?
Damn, I can't hear you, Goon.
You can't hear? Oh, hold on, hold on.
No,
I don't know why
I
not.
can't hear you. I just see there's no volume.
You can't hear me at all. You hear me now?
Yeah, no volume. I don't know if you got to go in and come back, go out and come back in, or
Will that kill the whole thing? Damn, you can't hear me at all.
yeah.
Hey, they saying that they can hear me.
Who Facebook user? Who can you hear, Goon or me?
I ain't even responded to.
Oh shit! Oh, I can't hear him. So let me go out and come back in.
Okay, I'm like, damn, because my thing is popping up every time. All right, let me see. Facebook user, let us know who you are on Facebook. If you haven't already did the thing with the link. All right, he back. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, now what was you referring to with the what you've been hearing?
Oh, I'm just saying. I've been hearing something about Earl
What are you
Spence.
saying?
No, no, I'm hearing Earl Spence got beat up. He got smacked. Uh, I mean, I'm hearing stuff like that, but I haven't seen any proof of it. So
Right, right, right.
I'm just wondering what the angle is with that shit. Um, you know, it's I don't know, man. You know, you sit back and you kind of decompress from all the stuff that's going on and just have a back seat and be an observer. And it's like, how can you side with those guys? Like shit, like Errol Spence getting ready to go into a fight with 3 belts, and they're not even getting fights, but they're quick to get on the internet and say something negative about him. It's just like it's quite weird, to be honest. You know,
I hear you. I'm gonna speak on it, man.
I'm just saying it's weird. You know, like I'm not a part of it. I'm outside of it and I'm looking. It's like I don't really have a I can't say that, I don't rock with Errol Spence or like all my emotions have changed, but it's like I'm not in the situation. I'm not going back and forth. I'm just looking at stuff. I'm like, I'm confused. I'm just confused. Like nobody wants to sign Terrence Crawford. This could be the first time in the history of the sport that the number one pound for pound fighter in the sport, subjectively, allegedly, number one pound for pound fighter, promoters don't want to sign him, which means that there's no big fights. Like we can't look ahead and say, "Hey, this is Terrence Crawford's next big fight." But a guy who's quiet, grinding, about to fight for a third title, about to pack Cowboy Stadium again, he gonna do it again. And Manny Pacquiao couldn't do that with Ugas, but people sure excited to see Errol Spence fight Ugas. That tell you something. So it's just a little confusing to me, man. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm sitting back and I'm just like, you know, like we stooped to making up stuff against fighters now. That's where we at.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know, I gotta be the one to do this number right here.
uh-huh.
If it was the other way around, would you be that invested in it? Like if somebody was like, "Yo, I heard Bud got whatever."
No, because I'm gonna tell you why. And I think that's a fair question to ask, but the reason why, like, out of respect, I'll respond to it because you asked me that, but
Right.
mentally, I don't even entertain that. I wouldn't even entertain it. Is because Errol Spence family is all in these Facebook groups, and they never do stuff like that to Terrence Crawford. So that's not even something I have to think of that's going to happen the other way. There's no
Hmm.
history of that.
Gotcha.
There's zero history of it. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to say no, because I think it's corny. Like I thought Gary Russell saying he punched Terrence Crawford in the mouth was corny. I didn't feel like
But
people didn't
everybody
need to
laughed
know
at
it.
that and they ran with it though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
That's why I asked the question.
right. I didn't feel like people needed to know that, but he volunteered. He was asked a question. He volunteered the information. That was that. But I felt like if that happened, behind closed doors and in a locker room in a boxing situation, it was a street. I felt like it should have stayed. You know what I'm saying? There. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I mean, that's where I'm at. Oh, what's up, instigator? What's going on? What's up,
What's
buddy?
up,
I
man?
missed you, man.
Hey, man, I missed you too, man. Sorry for your loss, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Hey, but why you always? I don't never see you until a big announcement come out, man.
Uh,
I'm
Well,
starting to think you. I'm starting to think you a ghost, man.
well, as you said, sorry for my loss. I was just, grieving for a little bit. I
Oh
kind of
yeah,
backed away from the, everything, and
right.
I was on Keon
Facts.
I was on Keon show today, and he told me that I should get back to it. You know what I'm saying? So I said, what a better time? What's a better time than now? You started some shit yesterday. I actually
Hey,
got some
no,
material.
man. That shit crazy though. I swear to God, dude. On my life, I got a call like that, and I heard that it was some type of paid agreement where they can't leak that motherfucking video. Swear to God, on my life.
Mm.
That
I
shit
mean,
crazy though, but like the situation that I heard on God, I ain't even gonna cap. I probably wouldn't have did nothing either, if you know what I mean. On
uh,
God, I ain't gonna lie. At
hold
that
on,
type of situation,
hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Trey, what's the dilly?
what's happening?
Man, chilling, bro. Chilling, bro. That was the first question Kwame asked me. He's like, "What's going on with that?" I was like, "Bro, I don't know." Everybody talking about it
Man,
though. Everybody's talking about it.
man, man. Yeah, that shit crazy. Cause I was talking to some people. They said it was some type of paid agreement, but shit, I wouldn't do nothing either if a nigga slapped me and pulled out something on me. Shit, I'm cool.
Mm.
But
Oh,
shit, I'm gonna have to get up with you
yeah.
for sure.
Damn, man. Drake said he'll be on in a minute.
Man, what's up, man? What's up with this fight, man? I see that the ticket's cheap as hell right now.
Hold on, man. Wait till Kwame come back.
Yeah, they better sell a. They better, man. They better be selling a steakhouse in this motherfucker.
Oh man. So is it gonna
$100 shit. That nigga about to sell that motherfucker out by tomorrow.
hey, but look, is it gonna be in
Yeah, it's in
Dallas
Arlington.
Stadium
I
or
mean,
Okay,
yeah, it's
I'm
in
the
back.
Dallas.
practice
AT&T.
facility?
Yeah, it's at AT&T.
You know that
Yeah,
one time they did a fight at the practice facility, right?
yeah. In the Star, that was Ocampo.
Right,
No, that
right.
shit
So
is
I'm trying to
in.
figure
That's
out
in.
what he's
This in a
fighting.
big stadium.
This in the big stadium,
All right.
AT&T
I'm
Stadium.
just trying
I'm
to make
telling
sure.
you, Goon, we got to get our tickets, man. They like $187.
But shit, yeah, we can do that. We can do
Oh
that now.
God, we
Shit.
gotta slide down there. I'm taking a lot of vacays this year. I gotta go see my girl. I told you last time I've been down there.
Yeah,
I was
you
staying
always had the other little
with
yeah.
my girl. I'm really going to see my girl. I just needed a reason to go out there. You know, I just needed a reason.
I can dig it.
I definitely gotta slide down there though. I didn't really even get to do nothing last time because we was dealing with Rolly bullshit the whole time.
Oh man, that's my man, Rolly, man. Y'all be sleeping on Rolly.
Hey, no, he cool though. He just, man, buddy, I don't know. He got some problems.
Yeah, I like Rolly, man. I ain't
He
gonna
cool. He
cap.
cool as fuck though. On God, he cool. That nigga made a lot of money out there shooting dice though.
Oh, Rolly be shooting like that?
Man, that nigga must have had a weight in that dice. I ain't never seen nobody shoot dice that damn good. Everybody came in. Hey, all them motherfuckers that was outside the hotel came back in broke.
Damn.
They said he was hitting 7 after 7.
Rolly might know something. Shit.
Hey, so
What y'all
look,
got on this
uh,
Dillian White situation, man?
I ain't see it.
You know, him and Fury supposed to be fighting over there in the stadium over there in Wembley or whatever. So
They gonna
I'm
fight?
I'm excited for that. Yeah, I'm excited for that because
Man, I'm back.
I'm one that like White. A lot of people don't, but I fuck with him.
he just gonna be a
Hey,
heavy bag.
Kwame.
What up?
He said a heavy bag. Kwame. So I want to put this out there. So who you got, Amir Khan or Kell Brook?
Kel Brook.
All right. So if Amir Khan beat Kell's ass, you would say that we could say that a person on Spence resume is better than Kell Brook, right?
No.
Oh, whoa, shit! He trying to slip him up into some shit.
Oh fuck!
That
This is
bullshit, Kwame.
crazy.
Hey, look, Kwame, don't fall for that bullshit. He
Look,
trying
I look, look, look,
Wow!
look. You don't
Wow!
understand. Goon. First of all, Goon, you don't understand. I'm back. So,
yeah, bro. Oh my,
so
come on,
let me
bro.
first of all, whatever Travion just said, I didn't even really pay attention to it. I just said the opposite on purpose. That
Oh,
Wow! Wow!
y'all man on this motherfucker
That's
hate, bro.
that's crazy.
Y'all funny as hell,
listen,
bro.
America. Listen, I don't care what y'all trying to teach Amir Khan over there. He don't have no chin. That is plain big period, and he gonna get caught. I don't care
Hey,
if you put him in a hot tub
hey,
time machine and gave him
hey,
some
nah,
butt
for real
DNA, he
though.
gonna lose.
For real though. Listen though. Fuck the chin. Fuck the chin right now. But like on God though, that motherfucker. He been telling us that like how he been feeling and shit. He been saying that like he ain't like he told me he ain't had no 6 pack in 20 years. That motherfucker ripped right now.
Yeah,
He said I'm in the best shape of my life. He said I ain't had no 6 pack in 20 years. I said, damn, what the fuck was y'all doing over there? He talking about, man,
Nothing.
I don't know. I ain't had no 6 pack in 20 years. I said, that's the fucking problem right there. But shit, he looked better than that. I seen him spar and shit. He fast, he hitting hard. He dropped a couple of sparring
Oh
partners,
man.
but shit.
Who
He
Khan
should be cool though.
he
He
dropped
should
some
be
farm
cool.
money?
Only thing they teaching him to keep his hands up. So if he keep his hands up, shit, I think he'll be do just fine.
he's done. You heard what You heard what he just said. At this
What he
point in
say?
the game, they teaching Amir Chinny ass Khan to keep his hands
Chinny.
up.
He called
He
him
getting
Chinny.
knocked out, man. Man, I don't care who he
No,
training
I'm
with,
just
man. He going to
no,
sleep.
I'm just saying. You know how Khan always drop like he drop his hands when overhand rights and shit comes. So you gotta throw some shit at him where he
Yeah, well,
and teach that how to keep his
you
hands
gotta,
up and shit. I
yeah.
think he gonna be fine. Shit, if a person Kwame, if you getting hit with the same punch and Derek James training you, he gonna be like, shit, we gotta figure out a way to make this motherfucker keep his hands up.
Right.
It ain't about 20 years later. Shit, he want to give
I,
you the best opportunity to
I,
win.
I feel you, but listen, he's just been rocked too many times. He's too
Kell
long in
Brook
the
being rocked.
he too long in the tooth. He's too long in the tooth. He's at the
This
down
nigga sick,
down
bro.
down. He's at the down side of his career, bruh. He is who he is. I don't care if y'all teach him to keep his hands up. He's still going to get knocked out. Cold,
That
cold.
last
So
Damn.
fight
what's
going in, man.
going on, bro?
Where you coming
Got the
in from?
main. Yeah, coming in from the UK, bro. From the UK, bro.
Salute to
UK
the
in the
UK.
house.
Word up,
Thank you.
bro.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, man. So what's the topic of discussion, bro?
Well, actually, right now we
Right
were
now, Kell
talking
Brook and
about
Amir Khan.
yeah.
Listen. I'll just come up from Birmingham. Mans is working around like a fool. I'm one of these English fools that just lives this life. We're dragged around like we're like slaves here. Drag us around like slaves, like a white slave.
We,
Listen,
hmm
yeah. This is the way the world works,
What you
and
talking about?
um, you know,
It's like, oh,
I'm
Oh, we
Goon.
I,
talk.
I'm knackered. I think this can't fight. I just sat down. This can't fight
Hold
against
on, do you
Brook.
need a mask? All right, cool.
It's a big fight. It's a big fight, and I think it's a 50-50 fight.
Okay. If you had to pick, who would you take?
Difficult one. It's a difficult one. Very, very difficult. You got a lot of lies from Khan. You got a lot of rubbish from Brook. Because I think Brook's gone. This man's face is in bits.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Terrence Crawford finished that, huh?
Khan's hands gonna be too fast for him, man.
I've got Khan. I've got Khan inside 6.
Look.
Ooh.
Damn.
Look.
Really?
Look. Look.
I kept by knockout.
Kwame don't want to hear
Look,
that.
man. Look,
Kwame
man.
don't wanna hear
Man,
that.
what's man talking about, man? Look. Amir Khan, with his 6 rounds, is going to get punched in the face. Within 6 rounds, he's going to get punched. Because if you one of the things, I don't care what you say, and Travion, I'm glad you on here too,
Kwame
so
don't
we can
wanna
talk
hear
about
that.
it. Even with Dominic Ingle not being there for the Terrence Crawford fight with Kell Brook, even with Kell Brook coming down in weight in almost 4 years, he still has his timing, and he still, for the first 3, almost 4 rounds, outboxed Terrence Crawford until Terrence Crawford caught him.
Bro,
He
you're
got
living in some
stopped.
sort of. He got stopped with a jab, bro.
Everybody know
with a jab.
Bud
Terrence Crawford is a
bro.
lot stronger than what people think. Amir Khan is nowhere near as strong as
Everybody
Terrence
know.
Crawford.
Nah, Khan's gonna wipe that guy out.
Terrence Crawford has a 6-pack for the last 20 years. Amir Khan is just getting it.
For the
What are you
last
talking
20.
about? Terrence Crawford has had a 6-pack for the last 20 years. Amir Khan just got one in training camp.
What do that
You
have to do
cannot
with strength?
compare how these two guys punch. Terrence Crawford
Yeah,
has one punch knockout power. Amir Khan doesn't.
Listen, you're not listening to the rhetoric. Bomac, quality trainer. You got like, listen, bro.
I disagree.
Stop giving me this shit, bro.
I
Listen, bro.
disagree. I disagree. Besides Terrence Crawford,
Listen, bro.
I'm gonna ask you a question, dude, for the UK. Besides Terrence Crawford, the last 3 fighters Bomac trained, right? The last 3 fights he had, did his guys win?
You got to remember that I don't come
Answer
from
the
it.
question.
Wait. I don't come from Kell Brook City, and I don't come from Amir Khan City. I come from a place called Birmingham. Birmingham, Alabama, is where the freedom movement come from the whole planet. In America, I come from that city in the UK where the freedom movement for rights for people from other places came from. Listen to me. I'm the best person to discuss this. Kell Brook is gonna get knocked out, bro.
Listen, on these shows, it doesn't work because you in the UK. You say you the best person to discuss it. We don't believe you. You got to prove that. Number one. Number two, you keep talking about freedom fighters and shit.
And then listen. Kell Brook ain't got the skills to be an Amir Khan. His face is all mashed up.
Kell Brook has timing. Kell Brook has
doesn't have
timing.
anything left.
Amir Khan got timing.
He has Kell Brook, but Kell Brook has accurate.
Did you see what Amir Khan did to Canelo?
No, listen. A lot of mans in the UK. Listen. A lot of mans in the UK. Listen. This Kell Brook train is it's you know what it is. And I don't want to get blocked off your channel. It's middle class. Now listen, it's middle class white men driving a bit of a nice car, a bit of a nice woman that might have got themselves a nice woman. Oh, I'll support Kell Brook. I'll support these guys. I live in a place that's not like that. And Amir Khan is going to knock that guy clean out because too greedy.
Yeah.
Too greedy.
Okay.
And Bomac's training them, right?
Big.
And Bomac don't mess about. Bomac don't mess about.
I know one thing. I know one thing about
Kwame.
Bomac.
Who the last person that beat Kell Brook?
Listen,
what
I know one thing about Bomac when he's training and his fighter isn't winning because Bomac's not fighting for Amir Khan, and I seen it against Hooker, I sent it against Heron in the corner when his fighter ain't winning, because Bud normally win it. But when his fighter ain't winning, he ain't giving no great instructions over there. He's normally yelling or cursing
Shit, Derrick
or
James
getting
didn't get no great
no.
instructions with Charlo.
Derrick James gave Jamel Charlo instructions. You don't
Not
see
great instructions.
no. Jamel
How the
Charlo
fuck do
didn't
you give
follow. No,
somebody great instructions and they keep getting
Jamel
hit with the same punch?
Jamel Charlo didn't follow the instructions. That's what I'm talking about. The difference
Man,
between
stop it.
the trainer,
Stop it.
the trainer, and the fighter are two different. They have
Looks like
two
that's a
different roles.
connection with you and your fighter.
So, but all I'm saying is, what the last couple of fights, Bomac had with other fighters, they didn't do too well.
We lost to our stablemate though. Shakur, our stablemate. We lost to our stablemate.
And then
him and Herring sparred on numerous occasions.
But
okay.
Derek didn't
So
look
that's
so
a
good.
that's a different
I
type of
get
fight.
that. So let's go back to Mo Hooker.
Derek didn't look that good in the last fight.
Another guy who doesn't
Shit,
have
Mo broke
another
his
guy.
hand though, bro.
But he wasn't
You
winning the
can't-
fight when he broke his hand. He was getting beat up the whole time.
Okay, but you seen
what
that
about
Ortiz was
Derek?
slowing down.
What about Derek's last fight with after Beaverdor?
Yeah. The guy got it. The guy got his ass whooped. He was in there with a guy who was just better than him, a monster. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It happens, bro.
Yeah,
he did not give Charlo great instructions. I don't care what nobody say.
No, I wasn't talking about the Charlo fight. I was talking about.
I know. I'm just saying, like, he didn't give Charlo no great instructions.
You, of course, you would say that because Charlo and Earl close. So anything that got to do with any of those guys, nothing's positive. I already.
This
get
has
that
nothing
part.
to do with Earl. This has nothing to do with Earl.
It does, because that's the reason why you brought up Derrick James. I didn't bring up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I brought up Derrick James.
No, I brought up Charlo because you started talking about the instructions that Bomac was giving his fighter. So I said that Derrick James didn't give Charlo the proper instructions when he was fighting.
I watched the fight. He gave him proper instructions, and everyone who watched the fight said he gave him proper instructions.
What did he tell him then?
He was telling him to continue to work off the jab and throw looping shots. And Jamel Charlo, all he did all fight was back up onto the ropes to try to
work
counterpunch.
Off the jab and throw looping shots. Goon, did you hear that?
Yep.
Work off the jab and just throw a looping shot and get caught with an overhand right. Yeah. And that's what he was leading to, getting caught with an overhand right whole fucking fight.
Bruh,
that's great instruction.
Sometimes I really wonder, like,
that's great instructions, bro.
No, it's interesting. Sometimes I really wonder.
Look who's in the building.
What's up, Drake? Sometimes I really wonder.
What's up, brother?
Like, I wonder sometimes, Travion. It's like, I know your uncle is one of the greatest fighters of this generation. I know you be in the gym, right? So I know you know boxing, but then you say certain things, and I'm like, either you really don't know boxing, or you just hating on the other person, or you don't know what you're talking about.
Draco, did Derrick James Derrick James give Charlo great instructions against Castano? Because we talking about how the trainers get. Basically, he said that Bomac. Basically, he said that Bomac don't give his fighters basically the proper instructions when they're losing. So I said, did Derrick James give Charlo the proper instructions against Castano? He said yes. I said, what did he say to him? He said he told him work off the jab and throw looping shots. And I said, okay, so that's great instructions because Castano was hitting his ass with the overhand right the whole time. So just go out there and get hit with an overhand right for trying to throw looping shots. So is that good instructions?
No, I wouldn't say it would be, but we all know that Charlo don't follow the instructions anyway.
Okay,
but I don't think that those are good instructions because he kept getting hit with the same punch.
Then he said that Charlo wasn't listening to what he's saying. That's a connection with your fighter, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Then I asked him this.
Yeah, Charlo definitely wasn't listening.
Then I asked him this. I said, if Amir Khan was to defeat Kell Brook, would he say that a person on Terrence Crawford's resume is better than a person on Earl Spence's resume? He said no.
Who said that?
Asked him, would you say that
Kwame,
the win is better or something like that?
Yeah.
Versus Earl or something like that, right?
Oh
no!
Give him a break. He's rusty. Kwame is rusty. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Drake.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
back.
Kwame ring rusty right now. He need a
He
little
got ring
time to get
rust.
back in it.
I ain't ring
Yeah,
He
rusty.
gotta be,
Yeah, he got ring rust. Showing
I ain't
bro.
no,
cause I don't know,
I ain't ring rusty at
I don't know
all.
how proper instructions is to work off the jab and throw a looping shots. I'd have been
Yeah,
like, hey,
yeah, but
I'd have
he
been like, hey,
hurt
work off the
Castano like
jab.
that. He hurt
I'd have
Castano
been
like
like,
that
hey,
early.
He
He
did.
was
He did
dominating
though.
the fight, and until this guy backed until Jamel Charlo backed up on the ropes on his own, he wasn't even pressured down to get on to the ropes. He went back there to start to throw hard counter shots. That's what had him losing the fight. And Derrick
you
James
want me?
told him. Derrick James was telling that man, you could do it whatever you want to do to him. He told him in the corner, he was saying, "You're the one giving him this," and he told him what to do. And multiple people after the fight, multiple people in the boxing chats were saying Derrick James gave him great instructions. But that's the difference between
Well, you
good.
can't
Hold on,
prove that right now.
that's the difference between good fighters. That's the difference between good fighters and great fighters. Is mental. The difference between Jamel Charlo and Errol Spence athleticism is mental. And if when shit is tight and you get hit, if you can still follow instructions, if you can still stick to the game plan, if you can still figure shit out, then that's what take you to that next level. And that's what's lacking from Jamel Charlo to what Errol Spence would have followed that in those instructions. Jamel Charlo had this dude hurt in the second half of the fight to the point where everyone saw he was on wobbly leg and he still didn't go after him and do anything. So it's a mental
If
thing.
I was a coach, you want to hear what I would have told him? You know what the proper instructions would have been?
What's that?
I would have told him, hey, work off the jab, chop to the body, slow him down. That's what I would have told him. And stay off the ropes. Stop moving backwards. Move him backwards. That's what I would have told him. I ain't gonna tell him just throw a jab and throw a looping right hook. Like what kind of fucking like
That's
what?
that's that's
What kind of
that's
instructions is
that's
that?
that's you act like I mentioned something he said to him. I didn't say all the instructions he gave him from round 1 to round 12. So I mean, he
No,
didn't.
you
So
said no, no,
what
no,
I'm
no, no,
saying is
no. I
the jab was the key to the fight. Derrick James told him to throw the jab, and then he told him he could throw looping punches off the jab, which was
when
working for
have
him.
Charlo ever had a good jab? When have he ever had a good
He
jab?
got a
he had a
decent
good.
jab.
He
Yeah,
does have a
Charlo got a
decent
decent jab.
jab. I don't know
He
what
got
you're
a
talking about.
his jab is okay, but it ain't no Tony Harrison jab. So you ain't gonna
It
win no
don't.
Right.
fight just off
It
of
don't. But
jabbing a
it don't
motherfucker
have to
like
be
that.
It don't have to be a Tony Harrison jab for it to be effective. It's effective for him. He's only
Okay,
lost one fight.
it's effective to him.
It's effective for him and his style. And he gets knockouts. He sets up big
So
punches off that jab.
why did his style work?
Well, we know every night is not the greatest night for everybody. And he stepped up, and Castano was a tough competitor. And I feel like I watched certain things Jamel Charlo said when he beat Rosado and knocked him out with the jab to the body, where y'all can't hate it on that too as soon as it happened. Talk about it looked like it was fixed. That's just what y'all do. Y'all just
They
hate on
did it for
Jamel
Bud
Charlo.
though. They did it. They did it for Bud
No,
in his last fight with Porter.
yeah. But Tony Harrison, I mean, Rosado and Charlo was before Bud and Porter. So stop trying to get him a pass. It was
No, no,
way
no.
before
I'm
that.
telling you that did in fact happen.
Yeah,
They
well,
still talking about it to this day.
it happened because things are said and it's things are instigated. You know what I'm saying? As soon as the fight was over, it's like, oh, I don't know about that punch.
But
That
that's
looked
what
like someone
that's what
took a
I'm pointing
dive.
out to you though. But that's
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm
pointing out
saying?
to you though. Like I'm looking at it like both sides doing
You
the
want this
same
one?
thing, bro.
All
So
right, bet.
so all I'm saying is that works for Jamel Charlo. You have to, as a good coach, you're gonna tell your fighter or whatever you're coaching to do the best thing that they're strongest at. That's the sign of a good coach. You just ain't gonna tell them do something that might be the right thing to do, but they're not good at doing it. That means that you're not a good coach. So Derrick James
yeah,
gave Jamel Charles, he made him equipped with the stuff that he needed to win the fight. And it was the right instruction because I watched it. And Jamel Charlo did something else. And that's when I said, that's the difference between Jamel Charlo. I see the difference between him and Earl. It's mental. Is mental. Is being able to identify what's going on in the ring, not just having knockout power. You know what I'm saying? It's and not being athletic. It's about being able to see what's going on in the ring and then also listening to your coach and following the game plan. And he didn't do it. Derek would tell him what to do every round. He'd go out and do something completely different every round. So look, at the,
I
at the end of
think
the
I
day,
think that's where I think that's where the disconnect is with Earl and the Charlos. I think that Derek gives instructions and they okay instructions, like you say. But then again, Earl won't listen either. And I think the Charlos don't listen either. You know what I'm saying? Like how many times you told Derek told during the Porter fight, he told EJ go out there and jab him, control the fight. You can get him up out of there if he just throw, but he wanted to go toe to toe. You know what I'm saying? So I think on that aspect of it, I think Derrick James is like kind of handcuffed because you are in there with great boxers, and that's like you giving them instructions. But what can you actually tell a Charlo? What can you actually tell a Earl Spence? You know what I'm saying? Like how can you actually tell a Sugar Ray Robinson? What can you actually tell Mayweather? You know what I'm saying?
I think the difference
But
though, I feel like Drigo with the because I knew he was going to the Sean Porter fight. That's the only fight that you could say that Earl did that. And again, we all know
yeah,
that Earl Spence was not focused. He was partying. He was doing he was doing all
Uh,
that stuff. He was
here
doing.
we
Listen,
go.
well, listen. The facts are the facts. Whether y'all want to go, oh, those are the facts. Because in one moment people want to say, oh, he's a drunk. He's this. He's always in the club. Then when you say, okay, well, this is what he was doing, and it's like, oh, I mean, that's what was going on. And when he fought Sean Porter, that was one to me. That was one of his worst performances because he was doing fat camps. He wasn't game planning. And I said this before. He couldn't beat Sean Porter with the instructions Derek gave him because he wasn't focused enough and didn't work on that shit. He was trying to drop 40, 50 pounds in camp. And that's his fault that he did that. But I'm not going judge Errol Spence's career or his relationship or what he does with his coach in and outside the ring based off that one fight. I can't do that.
Based off that one.
The difference is Errol Spence actually does listen to his coach. I mean, he had to listen to his coach because that's the only coach he had. And from what we heard when he was coming up and his father went to go get Derek, he didn't have much of a boxing game. He could just fight real well. So he got to listen to Derek somehow.
well, we can't say he listened to his coach except that one. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
We can't say that.
that's like saying, oh, that's like saying, oh, you listen to your mom except for when she told you not to do this. We can't say that. I mean, people do
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? People listen to stuff.
Well,
There might be a
either I
day.
listen to her or I don't. But you know what I'm saying? That's a real life incident. Like when you in the ring, like I just and it ain't a knock. You know what I'm saying? That's why I gave the other examples of what you know what I'm saying, the other boxers, because I didn't want it to seem like I was directing it right towards, Earl Spence. But what can you tell a boxer that's in there seeing what he sees opposed to you being a coach? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like you ain't getting hit. You ain't getting the bombs back at you. So it's kind of like I'm trying to hit him with this overhand, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make those sort of adjustments to say, I got to trick him into this bomb. It might take me a couple rounds, but I got to trick him into leaning a little bit to the left. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but Earl
Or I
wasn't
got to
having
get an
those.
inch or two closer.
Earl wasn't having them issues with Sean Porter though. It wasn't like he was like, oh, I got to trick him into this. When Sean Porter is there, he was there. The
Oh, he
difference,
was having
Right.
the,
That's
problems.
why I say.
the difference with Sean,
That's why I say he didn't listen.
the difference, no, he didn't listen because he couldn't listen. He
Oh,
had
he
to
had
fight
some
off of
problems.
he had to fight off of instinct because he was undisciplined. Shit is just what it is. I was listen. I went to his last 3 fights in a row before that fight, and I saw the decline from Ocampo. At the weigh-in, he looked like a superhero. At Mikey Garcia fight, he looked like a skeleton. When I went and shook his hand after the weigh-in at the restaurant Papados, he felt weak. I knew he was drained for the Mikey Garcia fight. And then he went doing the same thing, going in there with Sean Porter. Look,
I
I,
think Sean Porter was his best fight, bro.
Kell Brook was his best fight. The Sean Porter fight was an action-packed fight because they fought. They stood toe to toe and they fought.
I think
But
the
if
Kell Brook was just a Rocky moment. I don't think the Kell Brook was a good fight. I think Kell Brook was just a Rocky Balboa moment. I think Sean Porter, that fight showed me a lot about Earl. That showed me he stick to it. He got he a dog. He get in them trenches. He can slug it out. He can box it out or fight it out or whatever he do. That showed me a lot right there. I don't want to see the glitz and the glamour. I want to see when you get rocked and socked and you give it right back and mouthpieces flying and blood and spit and that's what I want to see you made out of. All that cute, I don't want to see all that. I want to see that heart.
Right. Well, I mean, everyone knows Sean Porter has a heart. You know, he had more heart than his
Yeah.
pops.
But I don't think we've seen it from Earl though. Like until that moment. You know what I'm saying? That's much
Uh,
props.
I don't know, man. I think people could display heart in different ways. You don't have to be taking punishment to display heart. You know,
I mean, but what other fight would you say that he displayed heart in like he did with Porter? Or
when he got,
displayed that
I would
dog
say
or had to display?
he if the Kell Brook fight, he displayed the dog. I mean, I just think it's interesting just hearing y'all say this, especially you. When we've been on shows and you said Errol Spence got his ass whooped for the first 6 rounds, and then he comes,
He
then he
did.
knocks.
That's why I didn't use Kell
Oh,
Brook.
so my point is then, how are you saying if someone's getting their ass whooped for 6 rounds, which is inaccurate, but even if so, if they got their kicked for 6 rounds and they stop the person and beat the person up for the rest of the fight, then that's not showing heart.
So what is the difference between when you said Bud was losing the first 4 rounds from when
Yeah, I was getting
Spence
ready
was
to say
losing the
that
first
too.
six?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
There's
You all over the place, bro.
listen. Your uncle, your uncle fought a shell of himself in
Oh
Kell
my
Brook.
god.
He fought a shell of himself. And you know
Oh
where
my
I'm gonna
god.
checkmate you? You know how I'm gonna checkmate you with that? I'm gonna checkmate you with this, with that, like this. Y'all own trainer Bo Mack went on the Boxer Voice, and Brian Custer was on there too. And he was talking about how y'all only wanted fights that with belts. Y'all only wanted Pacquiao and Spence. That's what he was saying. And they was throwing names. They said Keith Thurman. He said, "Oh, we ain't gonna get no credit for the." Then they said, "Well, what about Kell Brook?" He said, "Kell Brook is washed up. He was a broken fighter. And he washed up. We ain't trying to fight Kell Brook." And then they was telling y'all about some investor again in Dubai or some wild shit. And then your uncle didn't get the fight and didn't even y'all didn't even want to announce the Kell Brook fight until like 2 weeks before the date
What do that
of
have
it.
to do with
So my point is,
them
the
both
point
being
is,
down?
listen,
How they
my
won?
point is, your y'all didn't even want to fight him because y'all know he was washed up. The trainer, your own trainer, came out and said he was broken and washed up. Your own trainer said that. Going and not like 2 fights previous, this same fight y'all went into him to fight him, and then y'all act like y'all beat y'all. Oh, we beat someone faster than Earl Spence. The
But you
dude,
said that he was gonna beat Bud.
I never said it's a lie. So
Yes, you did.
no, I did not. No, I did
You
not. I'm not
you
gonna let
said
you
Kell
cap.
Brook is looking more
No, I
jacked
did
than he
not. I
ever has been.
posted.
He got a
You're
chance to
lying.
win
You're
this
lying.
fight.
You're lying. I posted on Facebook that I wanted that if Bud Crawford, I said if Bud Crawford goes 12 rounds, Bob Arum is gonna rob him. That's what I posted, and I said I don't want to see any black brother get robbed out of anything they work so hard for. I hope Terrence Crawford knocks Kell Brook out. I posted
Oh
that,
my
and then
god. Hell no.
after the fight, when you called me after the fight because you was all excited about the win, and
Only reason why I called you is because of what you said. You
right.
literally
No.
said, you
I did
literally
no, I
said,
did
you
not. You
said
can't say
Kell Brook
something
is
I
looking
literally
jacked.
said if that's
You
not
gotta
true. That's not true, Travion. See, the thing is
pull up the
because
sources. Can you pull up? Can
well,
you pull up your receipts?
they've already taken down my groups.
Oh
They were in the
fuck.
groups. And I posted it right after the fight, and everyone said, yeah. But you know what happens when I post stuff like that? Then y'all be like, oh, Kwame a turncoat. You know, oh, now he want to rock with us. No, I ain't trying. I could
Drake.
keep it 100.
Drake. He said
No,
Kell Brook said he's in the best shape of his life and he looked jacked. He looked way bigger than
Oh
Bud.
yeah,
He got a chance to beat him. That's exactly what he said.
I did say Kell Brook looks
That's the
huge. He
only
looks
reason why I went
way
live
bigger.
with you.
Yeah, listen, I did say that, but I never said that Kell Brook was going to beat him, and I never said I wanted Kell Brook to beat
Oh
him.
my
I
god.
never said that. Never,
So you said
never
the
said
one.
that.
So you said the first part, but not the second part. Come
Listen,
on,
I
man. I
said,
got good
listen,
memory.
everything.
That's
Listen, what you just said, I just said
why
that
would
I said that. Why?
Kwame, why? If you said he was gonna win, why would I go live and tell you to come on
Why?
the
I
live?
never said Kell Brook was going to win. I'd be stupid to say that he
If
would
you
win.
listen,
Why would
if
I?
you
Why
never
would I
said that,
say
why
a
would I go
guy that
live to?
lost to Errol Spence and had his face broke twice, and then didn't fight at the weight class almost 4 years, and is inactive is gonna go in there with Terrence Crawford and win? Well, like Drico and Goon know me a lot better than you do. Do I just say shit to say shit, or I say Drico, or I say shit that makes sense to me and is the truth?
Yeah,
Excuse me,
yeah, you pretty analytic.
excuse me.
Yeah,
Can I have some
I didn't
toast,
say
please?
that. Y'all want me to
Some
say
toast.
that because it's
All
me,
right.
but I didn't say that.
I know exactly what you said.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I brought you on the live. Why would I bring you on the live if you didn't say
Because
if you said he was gonna win?
right before the fight started, I was posting in the group. Look at Kell Brook. He looked huge. And right
And what else?
when a fight was going, I said, oh man, he looked huge. I don't know.
Drake.
I never
Drake.
once said, I never
Was he
once
was he
said.
trolling a little bit?
Of
Drake.
course, I was trolling.
It sound
I'm
like
Drake.
trolling.
it sound like he was
Drake.
trolling and it
Thank
got
you,
Drake.
Drico.
misinterpreted. Yeah.
Drake.
Thank you, Drake.
He's all over the place. Everything I just said, now he all over the place talking about, well, I did say he looked jacked and this and that. I know exactly what you said. That's the reason why I
Drake,
brought you on the live.
Drake.
It,
Doesn't that
it
sound like
sounded
I'm
like he was
trolling? I
trolling
was
a little bit.
trolling. I was trolling. The fight was starting. I run a boxing group that's Spence versus Bud, and the fight was starting, and I was just talking shit to get people to react and to get the group popping.
Well,
I
maybe
never
you shouldn't
once
troll because everything comes back to you. See how that works?
listen. Well, but I never said that man was gonna lose to Kell Brook. Kell Brook was washed up. Yeah, like you get your
Bruh,
props for it because you
if
get
that's
your
the case,
props
y'all can
for it.
say the same thing about when he went up and lost to G. Triple G already broke his shit. So what? Like what?
Listen, Earl Spence
You're not
hit.
making sense,
Yeah, I
bro.
make a lot of sense. Earl Spence hit Kell Brook
I
with
agree with that though.
Kel,
I said
no,
the same
no.
thing too about the
Earl
Bro,
Brook.
he
Spence,
already had his face broke, bro.
his
If
face was
somebody come over
listen.
here,
His face was first of all, his orbital bone was broke on the other eye. It was
Yeah.
repaired.
okay, that means
They
his
put
whole
in.
fucking face is fragile.
Uh, uh, okay,
Like,
so
what do
what?
you mean? If somebody come over here and break this cheekbone, you think the next one ain't gonna break?
I'm glad I'm so glad you mentioned that. I'm so glad you mentioned that because see y'all the king of Earl Spence leftovers. Because see that's what y'all did. That's what y'all sit up and talk about all this stuff about
Y'all
Triple
fight earn the
G.
leftovers though.
Right, y'all talking about Triple G and all this stuff, right? But Earl broke the other eye, right? And your uncle was about to get his eye shut until he hit Brooke in the same eye Earl screwed up.
He got scratched by a glove lace. Who cares?
That happened
I don't
to
know.
all of them.
Who cares?
He didn't win around until he switched southpaw. I know
Drake,
that.
Drake, listen, I'm about to kill him with this. See, look, this is why y'all make it a big deal when y'all seen Bud eyes swollen for the first time ever because he always come out looking like himself. We didn't see
That's
Spence
what
on numerous occasions with face all fucked up.
that's what happens. That's what happens when you
Like,
spend. That's what happens when you
like,
spend
come
your
on,
career.
bro.
That's what happens when you spend your career fighting midgets and you got a 74-inch arm reach. You know when you fighting guys when y'all doing the face off, he's looking at your chin.
Thank you.
You know it's easy not to get hit when you good with your
You
range
know
is
how we
good.
gonna settle this?
All
You
right,
know
cool.
how we gonna settle this?
Hey, I got some barbecue sauce.
Spence gotta call Bud out after this Ugas fight.
I agree with that.
He won't.
I agree with that. I agree with you,
He won't.
Drigo. I agree with you. Well,
Yeah.
we know whether he does or he don't. You'll have something to post about it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't know. I don't.
Barbecue.
I don't
Barbecue.
know. Yeah, I don't know if you know. Here's the biggest question, right? So I'm glad you said that. If Spence do call Bud out, is Bud in a situation where he can actually make the fight?
What you mean?
I
You
mean,
He's
talking?
you
on.
know,
Yeah. What you talking
He
about?
ain't signed to nobody. He's on his. He his own boss. He ain't signed to nobody. Why would he be?
that's my point. Like people, Eddie Hearn talk about he asking for ridiculous money, shit
Hey,
like that don't add up. And Eddie Hearn is the one that be paying the fighters like the most.
Most.
You know what I'm saying? So if he's saying that y'all numbers is looking crazy, and all I'm saying is the fight can get made, but y'all talking about y'all don't want to go to PBC. I'm just
Well,
saying he got a lot of
I
stuff
don't I
going
definitely
don't
on.
like
ain't fucking
Eddie.
with Definitely ain't messing with
I
nobody
don't.
that's broke.
Hello. Hello.
Well,
I don't like
I
I
mean,
don't like
Y'all can
Eddie
edit that
Hearn.
shit
well,
out.
here's what I know. When you talk about people who's broke, here's what I know. I know Earl Spence and Ugas getting ready to fight in Dallas in Cowboy Stadium, and I know Terrence Bud Crawford has no fight and he has no promoter. So, you know, Errol Spence is about to
Okay.
make millions, and y'all spending money on lawyers. So I'm confused about talking about how
We
some person's
we
broke,
already fought. This is the first time Earl Spence about to fight in 2 years, bro.
bruh.
Like we
However,
just fought. We just fought in November,
yeah,
bro.
but before that,
Like what are
y'all
you
didn't.
talking about?
Yeah, but before that, y'all didn't fight an entire year. Before that, y'all fought one time
And when the
last
last
year.
time did Earl fight?
They'll
And
have the
when
same
did Earl
in the
fight?
last. Listen, in the last 3 years, once Earl Spence fights
Like what
Ugas,
is
what in the last 3 years, once Earl Spence fights Ugas, him and Terrence Crawford will have the same amount of fights fought in the last 3 years. So your uncle
that's
ain't active
fine.
either. Your
That's
uncle ain't
fine, but is
active.
he gonna take the fight?
Your uncle. Well, I mean, is your uncle gonna keep acting like
Shit,
he worth top dollar? Because he
Earl been
not.
on bed rest.
He not.
Man, Earl too busy in the clubs partying and
Okay.
shit. That's what he
Okay.
doing. He too busy
Okay.
partying. He ain't getting
Hey.
hurt. That's why
Okay.
that incident didn't happen. This shit.
Oh, okay. Okay. Look,
When you supposed to be taking Ugas serious, you in the club.
all
Ooh.
I know is April 16th he got a fight, right? And all I know is
I'm happily about time y'all
yeah,
announced it.
yeah, but y'all don't have,
Everybody been waiting 6 months.
bruh. It was about time y'all announced
PBC
something.
don't even want to announce none of the fights, man.
We
PBC
we
don't even
we
want to announce
we
none of the fights, man. They
we don't
too busy trying to
we
figure
don't
out how they gonna pay their
we
debt,
don't
cuz.
no we don't do
You say they
Running,
we
they
what?
running from them
we
damn
don't
Italians.
You said
well
they gonna pay what?
we don't but
Who?
we don't do what
Who is
y'all.
we?
I'm talking about PBC. We don't do what
Who is
y'all do.
we?
We don't do what y'all do over
You not
there.
with
Y'all talk
PBC.
all this.
The
Y'all make all
hell?
this. Y'all this what y'all do. Y'all talk a whole bunch of rumors. Bob Arum. Y'all come out. Y'all make up a whole bunch of rumors about purses and this and different venues overseas and all that shit, and nothing be happening. They don't. PBC don't announce something until it's solid. Y'all so used to just
Well,
talking. Oh,
it looked like Spence. It looked like Spence was smoking mirrors too, cause he faked the injury to get out the Pacquiao fight.
oh, I mean,
So
Oh shit.
look. It sounds great, but
look like
that statement has
look
no
like he did
credibility.
something. He did something. He knew what he was gonna do.
Yeah, it looks like your statement has no credibility because you are who you are. You know what I'm saying? No one else is saying that except the people who follow y'all. So regardless if that happened
Hey
or
man,
if it happened or it didn't happen, Spence about to
did he
go
fight?
into
Did he
Dallas
fight? Or is he
Stadium
the new
and make
Keith
money.
Thurman? Did he fight?
I know that
Did he
he has
fight?
a I know he
Did he
has a
fight?
fight. I know he has a fight schedule.
Did he fight?
I know
Did
Bud
he
don't have
fight?
I know Bud don't have
Shit,
no
don't
fight
say that.
schedule.
Last time y'all said that he fucked around and got hurt.
Look, I know
He
last
fucked
time
around and got hurt.
I know Spence got a fight, but I know Bud don't have no fight. I know Bud don't have no fight.
Shit,
I
Bud on
think this right
vacation.
here though.
He need to be on
Bud on
vacation
vacation.
because you know why he on vacation because nobody want him except
Bud on
PBC
vacation.
because nobody wants him except PBC and he don't want to go
No,
there.
it's just that it's just that
Like you
it's just
breaking
that
up a little
he
bit.
working out with his other fighters so they can win. Cause we win, our fighters win over there. So I don't know.
Okay, well listen that's great, man. That's good to know. Earl
I
Spence
got
got a good
I
You
fighter
got I
know,
like
got two
Frank Martin.
Spence.
I got two subjects. I got two questions for y'all. I got one is to Kwame. Kwame, what do you for one? I hear y'all said that Blue Ray was going to be about 30% of Spence's situation as far as in the ring and winning. He's going to be like 30%, if not higher. Okay, without Blue Ray, without with the inactivity,
Right,
with the eye injury, how do you
he's
think, or how
man.
if you think Earl gonna beat him, how is he gonna do beat Ugas?
Well, again, one of his he's Earl has been working with a different strength and conditioning coach. That's what he's been doing. His head's been low. He's been grinding. No one heard nothing, and people know that he's working with this guy. Look, I love Blu-ray. At the end of the day, I would love to see Blu-ray working with Errol Spence. He's always will be my top choice to train Errol Spence. But if Earl is a grown man, he went another way. He's entitled to do that, and it looks like based on what his sparring partner is saying, the dude is getting stronger. He's gotten stronger, and I'm just excited to see the fight on April 16th.
I agree.
You know, I'm
Okay.
just excited to see where he's at. Um, I'm just excited because the person we saw against Danny Garcia was he was a shell of himself. You know, and it was a one sided fight because there's just different levels of skill and talent amongst fighters. There's different levels. You know, so all I could do in this aspect of it, all I could be, and I hate to use this word for myself, but as a fan, I just want to I just want to see the outcome because Ugas is training hard too. His confidence is high. He just beat Manny Pacquiao. His confidence is sky high. In Dominican Republic, he's a god, like one of the baseball players. He just beat Manny Pacquiao and got a belt. So he carrying that momentum into the fight, and I think it's a great fight. I I have Errol Spence beating him. I have a feeling it's Errol Spence. If it's true that he's gotten stronger, which I believe, then I have Errol Spence stopping Ugas. But I'm not gonna. I said I'm not betting on Errol Spence stopping
Oh fuck!
anybody. I'm not betting on him stopping anybody
This nigga ain't stopped
unless
nobody in 3 years.
unless he's with Blu-ray. I'm never going to say that. So
Yo, listen. Let me just have a discussion on this, bro. I'm from the UK. I don't want to rain on your. I don't want to rain on your parade, bro. But let's be real about this. Let's have a real conversation. I'll even put my face up here, bro. And this needs to be said, bro.
I'm in
But
suspense.
you're gonna be in suspense, bro. Talking 135 pound dudes, 140, 147 pound dudes. These are midgets, bro, ducking each other. This is a midget ass fool ducking each other. Listen, I just think it's pathetic, bro. We need Devin Haney against Cambosis in
Yeah.
Australia or in Vegas. These mans need to fight. So you need your man Cambosis, your white man, against Devin Haney, friend of mine, Devin Haney and Bill Haney, friend of mine fighting for that fight. You need the 140s that need to step up. So like, what is it? Josh Taylor. This man's has beat Ramirez and Progress. Progress is a beast, by the way, and Josh Taylor and Ramirez. These guys rule that division. If people like Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia are thinking about stepping back down after fucking all these years, they're gonna get blasted out cold, bro. They ain't gonna be doing nothing in that division. The 147 division is messed up. You got your man's Spence, you got your man's Crawford, WBO, you got your WBC. All these mans are crazy. They're crazy. They don't know what they're doing. My whole take on it is my whole take on it. I just think they're idiots, bro. I don't know what's going on in the promotional side of things. Like,
I'm confused
obviously,
on that. I'm just a little confused on that. I mean, I don't know how you can say that Errol Spence is fighting for a third belt. He has two belts. He's fighting for a third belt next.
now Spence, I never said anything against Spence. Nothing against Spence. I've not even mentioned Spence in what I've
Oh
just
well, you
said.
said 147, but you said 147. You left it in general, like no one is doing anything in there, whatever you said. So I mean, the king right now of 147 is Errol Spence. So
It is.
well, it is. So
Well, there you go.
when you mention 147, and then you say people aren't doing X, Y, and Z, and we talk about the top fighters, then I'm gonna assume you're talking about Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman, Porter's
My,
gone.
my, yo, listen. We all know what my take is, and everyone's taking it on that division. Well, what's gonna happen is Aaron Heyman is gonna be one of these things. Is never really gonna happen. What 147 used to be back in the days of Aaron Pryor, Lloyd Honeygun. Used to have Floyd back in these days. Used to have Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard. Listen, things are not that much different now to what they was. I do actually think that the Bud Crawford Spence fight will happen. This is a very I'm quite clever with boxing. I am. I think a lot of people are very negative on the fact that it won't happen. Listen, people are actually forgetting that Spence nearly died in that car crash. Whether it
Right.
was his own fault, whether it was his own fault going to some crip nightclub in, what was it, in Houston, or it was, what was it, in Houston when he was running his
Dallas,
Lambo up
Dallas,
to
Dallas,
Dallas.
Ferrari, Dallas.
Yeah.
But that was his own fault, you know. Um, I just think that people think that boxers are robots, so they think that like Errol Spence is going to be some sort of robotic guy that's just going to be born and going to box people and bang bang bang. But this is not the modern way of the world. This ain't the way the world works now. So my personal take on this fight, and I try and stay out of all this craziness that goes on in all the communities on the internet.
Hmm.
I think the boxing fight will happen. I got Spence by unanimous decision in the Bud Crawford fight. There you go.
Okay. All right.
What's in that glass? What you drinking?
That's a rum and coke, bro.
Oh, okay. That explains it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's
All
sipping on.
right.
That's his truth serum.
I'm sipping
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
rum and
That
coke, bro. This I'm from the UK, bro.
yeah,
So come on, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
get
I
Shit.
in
understand,
over
bro.
there.
Listen,
Yeah, I
bro.
understand, bro. Happy to have you on.
Yeah, I'm privileged to be on here. I'm just gonna itch my ear at the moment. Listen, everything in terms of boxing is an absolute privilege, and the fact that you even had me on to discuss this, I'm privileged to be here, bro. And I think people need to give boxing a lot more respect than they give. Nobody really gives me much respect, and I don't give a shit about that. But
Can't
listen,
make everybody
No,
happy,
you
man.
just fine, man. Yeah, yeah,
that
you just fine, bro. Just talk your
I just
stuff,
wanna
man. You all right?
I just want to see the big fights, man, and like man's them coming out with ting them coming out with things. Listen, why is there not? And we're trying to push this in the UK for a Jamaican boxing community here. Listen, the UK fleet, in terms of their ships and what they ever controlled over the planet, who were 70% of the people on them ships? They were black from Jamaica. I don't, and I'm not a lover of anyone. I'm, I'm I've never been married to a black woman. I've never been married to a black woman. Why is there not some
Are you able to travel?
realization? I just think in terms of the planet, there needs to be some proper history of the planet. We're not getting taught the history that we need to be taught. We're being lied to at school, being lied to what's going on in the media, and we're not being taught the true history of the world.
Mm.
And we're being run, especially in boxing, by comedians. Being run by comedians, idiots. Man, them ain't talking no boatake. Idiots. And I've had enough of it, man. And I think a lot of people are pissed off with it as well.
For sure, for sure. But we're gonna
Mm.
spin this back to boxing, y'all.
Yeah, we. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it needs to
So
change. Things need to change. Things need to change. It's not about race. It's not about race. It's just about being a normal, respectful human being. It's not about race. I don't give a shit about race. I couldn't give a I couldn't give anything about race. It's about being a decent, human, respectful person. And to be honest, in terms of boxing at the moment, what are we seeing that's decent? You got it's a cold war boxing at the moment. You got one man's from the east of Europe, then you got Al Heyman, you got all these guys that are fighting. They are all completely, especially not Al Heyman, because I quite like him, but I think completely from the other side. You need to start making fights, bro, and stop just talking complete garbage. And until the racial narrative is taken away from boxing, which it won't be, and this is not from the black side, it's from the other side, it's from the Eastern European side, it's from the Central European side, it's probably from my country. People holding on to a narrative that they loved, or listen, the world changes, bro. Everything changes. It's called progress. Do I like it? Maybe I don't, but I see what's going on, and I see
What's up, Vince?
exactly what's going on. And
Hey, Vince.
it needs to change. It needs to change, especially in boxing, man. You're surrounded by morons. It's like a moron creating a fight against another moron. It's really pissing me off, bro.
All right,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
But Drinkman, I gotta
yeah.
get ready to close this thing down, bro. We'll get back on again on Thursday, same time, 6 p.m.
Same time, same place,
All right, bro.
same bat channel. Thursday,
Cool.
6 o'clock p.m. We here, out of there.
That part. Oh shit. I'm trying to end this joint.